So if you've been tracking things, then you know that the Orange County real estate market it's been slower. As time's been going on, days on market has been going up. Inventory has been going up. And demand is staying right about where it's been in previous years. So, like, we are in a buyer's market. We all know that now. We're in that nationwide. The rest of the nation appears to be feeling it more heavily than we are here. And there's a few different factors. A lot of people here own their house free and clear, they pay cash. They're not as frequently in as trying of circumstances where they have to sell and have to get out of their house. So what that results in is we just have people who they do need to move, right? They have a new job, they want to be closer to their family, things like this. So they'll take a bit of a discount on their house, but they're not walking away from like $100,000, right? Like, for those of you guys who own houses, there's no way you would do that, right? Like, most situations are not that desperate. And that's the experience of most everyone here throughout Orange County. Now, sometimes people are in situations where they do need to go, and they'll walk away from maybe 10 or 20 that they could have had if they had put their house on the market like a few months prior. So that's why right now we're not seeing a big plummet in home values. There is a decline, but it's very steady, very slow and steady. So if you're a homeowner, you've lost a little bit of equity, but not a lot. If you're trying to buy a place, you do get a little bit cheaper of a house than you would have gotten a few months ago. But the main thing you're getting right now is, as a buyer, is a better experience. It's so much easier because it's been the seller's market and everything's been in favor of the seller for a long time now. And it's been a little bit unfair, arguably. Great if you're the seller, but if you're the buyer, it's oftentimes things are tilted against you very clearly. And so now it's kind of roles are reversing. Now it's more in the buyer's favor. They're able to get more things when they're trying to purchase a house. Things go their way a little bit more often than they're going the seller's way as compared to how it used to be. So it's a little bit of a different dynamic that is more friendly to our buyers now, and that's the main thing that you're gaining at the moment. So a better experience and a little bit better of a home price. Now, rates are still higher. They're still around the 6.8% range. And so with that, affordability is still a challenge, right? And it probably is, the challenge is, I'm guessing, is not going to go away, frankly, because once rates go down, which, they don't even have to go down a whole lot. It seems like 6.5 is we're at 6.8, about 6.5 is where it seems to be there's a little bit of a break in the market in a way, where when it gets below 6.5, enough people are it's not basically 7% interest rate now. And so maybe it's worth trying it again. And so it seems like that's about the marker where you really start to see an uptick in buyer activity. And with that uptick in buyer activity comes, that is thereby more demand, which is going to result in more of a balance because right now we're getting increased supply, demand's doing the same thing it's been doing. And so with that, you're getting more of a buyer's market. But when they start matching each other, that's when you get more of a neutral market. And if it gets hard, and if enough people decide they want to buy a house all of a sudden, that's when you get to more of a seller's market. So even though affordability is still a challenge, and it probably, honestly, I think it probably always will be, unless something drastic happens, which could happen. Enough drastic things happen often enough is far from impossible. It's probably going to be remaining we're probably going to be in a position where affordability is an issue for a good while. So if you're trying to buy right now, it's arguably you'll get a better experience now than if you try to buy it another time. And if you wait a couple months, you're just kind of gambling, right? It might still be a buyer's market, prices might have gone down a little bit more, or you might have bounced back. And now you might be with prices going back up and with it being more of a seller's market and not getting that same experience. So you don't really know this for if you're deciding to enter the market now or do we wait a few months. We're guessing that they're going to be below the 6.5 mark or around or below by the end of the year. It's kind of where people are guessing they're going to be, if not early next year. So it's really up to you. The chances are that all of these losses are going to be probably pretty short-term losses. Similar back in how it was in, I think it was 2022 or 2023, when we had that little blip where it was a short buyer's market and things went down for a little bit and then it went right back to a seller's market. Where likely this is going to be about the same, where it's just a little bit of a blip where it's a buyer's market, but it's Orange County, it's a popular area, so it'll probably go back to a seller's market pretty quickly. So if you are wanting to buy right now, it's definitely like you'd get distinct advantages to buying right now or in the next couple of months. If you're wanting to sell right now, it will be more challenging than it was like this time last year, right? It will be harder, but it's not crazy. All you have to do really is you just have to make sure that you're not over ambitious with pricing your house. If you just look at what are the comparable sales and you are conservative with your pricing, it'll be just fine. You won't have many problems at all. The house will sell, and if it doesn't, you can adjust the price. When you adjust the price, you don't get the same response you get as when you first come to market, but you do still get a response. So it's not the end of the world, but it is best to begin with your best foot forward, pricing the house more according to how the market is at that time. So if you're wanting to talk about if now or in the next few months is right for you, I left my information in the comments below. Feel free to call, email, text, whatever you need, and we'll work on sorting out your situation with you. Have a great day.